Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Nicole, Russo. Welcome to Spa Babies. Our Thursday Spa Baby race is the first leg of the $1 Pick Six at Saratoga. It's race number 5, and it's for New York bred fillies going 7/8 of a mile. Let's take a peek at this field. Your morning line favorite is the number 3, Lady Arwen, who took a lot of money in her career debut earlier in this meet and just didn't have a very good trip. The old off slow rush rarely works out. It didn't work out for Lady Arwen.
Yeah, but that being said, probably got a good learning experience. It can be a little overwhelming for these 2-year-olds when the gates open for the first time. I would expect her to learn quite a bit off of that. And, I think the foundation of some of the experienced starters will be important here as we're going 7 furlongs, not quite a route of ground. They're still going one turn, but we're going to start to separate the horses that want more distance from those who don't here.
Breaking from the inside is the number 1, Hold Her Close, for trainer Jimmy Ferraro. Javier Castellano takes the mount on this daughter of Solomini, a $24,000 buyback as a yearling. She's a half-sister to Nico's Dream, who was a stakes winner going 2 turns on the turf. Maybe kind of a turfy pedigree on the bottom, but a very quick recent workout at Saratoga.
Absolutely. And I think her sire certainly will lend to turf ability as well. We're going to start out here in this field with 2 freshman sons of Curlin, who is emerging as a sire of sires, of course, with 2 of his sons in a row, siring a first crop Kentucky Derby winner. Solomini, a good young stallion, I think, for the New York program. He had 2-year-old ability himself. He began to emerge sort of at this point of the year himself, won his debut in early September of his 2-year-old year in California. A lot of 2-year-old ability, a lot of route ability as well, and very well bred to be a sire, not only being by Curlin, but being from the female family of Frosted and Midshipman.
Trainer Rudy Rodriguez has 2 entrants in here, including a first-time starter, the number 2, Buona Salute. She's a daughter of Vino Rosso, a first-crop sire. The dam was a multiple stakes place dirt sprinter, so there's a nice combination of stamina over speed in this pedigree. A $40,000 short yearling just didn't impress at the 2-year-old sale, breezing a furlong in 11 and thus sold for only $25,000.
Yeah, but I think breezing a furlong is never what the Vino Rossos were going to want to do. He has had some early runners. He's got a stakes winner already, but that almost surprised me. I certainly expect them to improve with distance and with maturity. And we're beginning to see signs of that now as the distances get longer for these 2-year-olds. He was just represented by a winner at a mile on the main track at Saratoga in a race that came off the turf on Saturday. So certainly I think the 7 furlongs is going to be within the wheelhouse for this debut starter.
Up next is the number 3, Lady Arwen, who made her debut for Jeremiah Engelhart and Louis Saez back on July the 27th, was bet down to favoritism, broke very slow, then rushed up into the fastest part of the race and was in contention turning into the stretch, and she understandably got tired at the end. She's by the promising first crop sire Audible out of a half-sister to Mineralogist, a multiple stakes winner, a $30,000 April 2-year-old at a private sale. Lady Arwen, if she breaks this time, could take this field a long way.
Absolutely. And Sire Audible had a speed that he could carry as well, winning the Florida Derby, ran a very good third in the 2018 Kentucky Derby behind champions Justifying Good Magic. He's expected to be a good young sire. He's throwing promising looking athletes that I think will continue to develop as they gain some experience in racing maturity. And he's by another prominent sire, emerging as a sire of sires in Into Mischief.
I'm not ready to give up on the 4 Awesome Czech just yet after only 1 start over a good track at Saratoga. This is a homebred daughter of Mendelssohn, was beaten 11 lengths that day, but that seems like a pretty strong field. The runner-up has already come back, finished second against New York Red Maiden Special Competition with a 62 buyer.
Yeah, and Awesome Czech was going 5.5 that day. I think we talked about her that day, Dana. We thought that she would want some more distance, and 7 furlongs is about as short as I'd want to see her going. By Mendelssohn from the female family of Cara Raffaella. There's 2-year-old ability on both sides of this page.
Finger Lakes Space number 5, Hillbilly Lady, is going to be making her career debut. Katie Davis picks up the mount. I like that this one breezed 6 furlongs the other day at Finger Lakes in preparation for her debut. She's by majestic city, only 7% winners with juvenile debut runners. But the stamina overall in this family, I think, leads to good things for this horse going 7/8 of a mile. And this barn is very low profile. They don't win too often at Saratoga, but often their horses do hit the board at nice prices.
Yeah, and I think that's because some of these barns, these established Finger Lakes horsemen, they have good opportunities at home. They're not going to ship across the state unless they think they have something serious. What concerns me about Hillbilly Lady is that she did get on the work tab relatively late compared to some of these. She's only been posting official work since the middle of June, although she does have that recent 6 furlong work, as you pointed out. What I like for Hillbilly Lady is Katie Davis aboard in the debut. She's riding really well this summer at Saratoga, really moving up her mounts, it seems like.
The other Rudy Rodriguez trained entrance up next, that's the number 6, Sun and Wind. She is a third-time starter. She ran pretty well in her career debut at Belmont. She took a little dirt in her face after breaking sharply from the inside. She finished up in between horses. Last time out, she seemed a little bit antsy in the gate, and then she pushed a very fast pace from in between before tiring. That seems like a good field. A couple of next out winners already out of that race. And it's interesting to note that Rudy Rodriguez already this Saratoga meet has a third-time starting 2-year-old winner getting blinkers for the first time. Same pattern with Sun and Wind.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I always say with these 2-year-olds, when I look at the work tab, I like when they come out of an effort, and they post some sharp works. It shows that the light bulb is starting to go on, that they weren't turned off by the racing experience. And that's a pattern I think you see from Sun and Wind with that race on July 19th when she was in some traffic, as you pointed out, and then came back with a very strong work on August 9th. So I think the light bulb is starting to go on for her coming into her third start.
And completing the field is the 7, Mastery Secret, the first-time starter by Mastery for trainer Oscar Barrera III, the dam a half-sister to Flashing, a multiple Grade 1 stakes winner. I'm going to kind of take a wait-and-see approach. The Masteries, they need a race or two, it just seems right now.
Those are exactly the words I was going to use with this one, Dan, or wait and see. The Masteries do seem like they need some time. And again, 7 furlongs is about as short as I'd want to see this one going. It seems like there's plenty of distance ability on the bottom side of the page.
Let's take a look at our top selections for our Thursday Spa Baby event, the first leg of the Dollar Pick 6, race number 5. Nicole, where are you going?
I am going to take a swing with Rudy Rodriguez's first-time starter in here with Buona Salute down on the inside, toward the inside, being by Vino Russo. I just think, they're going to relish as we start getting to go 7 furlongs, getting to go a mile on the main track. Some nice works, it seems like, coming into the debut to give her some good foundation under an apprentice rider who's been riding very well. And I think this one could offer some really good value if she can work out a trip.
She should offer a very nice price on the tote. Lady Arwen is where I'm going to go. I don't want to take too short a price to win, so I'm going to try to maybe hook her up with the first-time starter based at Finger Lakes, who should offer a price. That's the 5, Hillbilly Lady, who's been breezing at 6 furlongs leading up to this race. Lady Arwen showed me enough in that debut that if she breaks well, I think she'll be very tough against this group. I'll go Lady Arwen. Nicole's going with the Rudy first-time starter, the number 2, Buona Salute, in our Spa Baby race for Thursday, the 5th at Saratoga. Good luck.